Hey, welcome to Blue Collar Crypto. It's Crypto G. Listen, we had some crazy technical difficulties lately. The way our live show works, because we're not moved into our office yet, we are doing the broadcast remotely. So we have El Turco at a different location in a different city, and he is the director. So from there, he kind of connects to our computers, to Crypto G and to Narwhal Crypto. And then from there, we kind of figure out who's going first, and we just get the flow ready to go for the live show. What's happening is by El Turco's residence, they're doing huge construction on the main road there. So right now they're having issues with internet connection, Rogers. Surprise, surprise. Anyways, because of that, we tried to get him to move locations, and it just wasn't a strong enough connection. So we're going to try to go live tomorrow. You're probably on the timeline not going to understand how that's all happening, just because you're probably going to listen to this after you've heard our live, or maybe even later tonight if he gets an internet connection and El Turco can cut this video. But due to that, normally it's just a fundamental video from Narwhal Crypto or a charting video from Crypto G. But today, since we were ready to go live, we decided both of us to come on. So I do have Narwhal Crypto with me. What's up, Narwhal Crypto?
Yo, what's up, guys? Again, sorry for the difficulties, but we'll get it right. Us and Rogers.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. You guys saw the candle video? Oh, Narwhal, you obviously saw my candle video. What did you think? Do you think that was slowed down enough? Do you think that explained it a little bit better?
I do. I think you actually broke it down really well, both times, but you really slowed it down. I hope Ryan, actually, I'd like him to weigh back in. I hope Ryan got it this time because, yeah, I think you hit all the right spots in the right tempo. I think we're good. I think Ryan's good to go too.
Nice. All right. So, well, if everyone's good with the candles, I do want to show you how to move those candles into trend lines. So, okay, before I share my screen, trend lines. What's a trend line? A trend line is literally the ability for us to group the candles in a way for us to see the market trend. So we need touch points. So usually from the lowest, or let's say from the highest point, the highest candle down to the lowest, and then from the bottom part of the candle from the lowest to the highest. Usually trying to find out where things are channeling and which way the direction of the market could go. And being a chartist, I usually let the charts decide where I trade. And then with people like Narwhal Crypto, they use fundamentals. So they see where the news and where government and where rates are going and things like that. So usually what the business side of the world is doing with their money, and I'm looking at the charts, and I try to keep the emotions out of it. So that's great because at Blue Collar Crypto, you get both. Usually when we started, we were listening to this person for charting. Then we're listening to this person for fundamentals. On our channel, you get both, and we're going to try to explain it into terms that we needed, especially in the beginning, because we don't sit in front of a computer all day. We were blue collar guys. He was in construction. I was running a gym. We weren't in front of computers. We didn't have that time. So for you out there that also are trying to make some generational wealth, or just trying to find a new way to get some assets and to get on the other side, to get onto the winning side financially, we're here for you. We're going to try and explain that to you. So, okay, back to trend lines. That was a nice little rant there, eh, Narwhal?
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Okay, let's see. This is the Bitcoin chart. This is the one I trade the most. Why? Because it's the one that gets charted the most on all the channels. So why not? When I started charting, I needed to cross-reference to make sure what I was looking at was correct. So I would follow, the big players in the industry and just watch what they were doing with their charts just to make sure I was doing it correctly. So, all right, here we go. So everyone sees these candles. Right now, it's trading kind of in this range here. Okay. So if I wanted to see the trend, I usually chart on my phone. So it's interesting to do it here on the computer for the first time in a while. All right, so I can easily find a trend like this. So you just want touch points. All right, they don't have to be like directly on each one, as long as you kind of see where the trend is going. All right. No pun intended, trend line. I like personally to do the trend lines yellow. And that honestly is because a lot of the influencers did that, so I just followed it easier. So as you can see here, we're in this little channel. So if Bitcoin were to break here, let me see if I get my, whoop, no. If Bitcoin were to break here and that candle closes above this trend line, then there's a good chance that it's going to go up. Now, when it goes up, you don't buy if you're doing a position for futures or for swing trading. I wouldn't buy here right away. I would wait till the retest came because it usually retests and then it goes. All right, so if the trend breaks down, that means this candle or a candle close to it. So maybe this 4 hours, it doesn't come down. Maybe it starts to come down here, but if it breaks trend here, I usually see it coming down. So if you want to do a short, there's always a retest to trend and then it'll come down. So usually when I do shorts or longs, I wait for the retest. Don't get too excited, and that's where people get liquidated because then your entry point isn't going to be I mean, it'll still be there, but you would get it'd be an easier chance for you to get liquidated, which you don't want. All right, so you saw what happens if we break towards the upside and then if we break towards the downside. Now, one thing I wanted to quickly explain is that if you see, sure, we're trading here. You know, a lot of people they're buying that are just starting, that have started with their channel. They started buying assets around this area, started to come up. Oh, do I sell it? Do I sell it? No, I'm like, just you're dollar cost averaging at the moment. You're DCing. You're just buying when you have a little bit of money and you're just buying assets and just holding them for the next run. What I mean by that is because they keep asking me, should I, oh, it's coming down now. So when it starts to come down here, what do I do? Do I sell? Do I, no. The thing is, yeah, you guys see all this price action happening right here. But let me show you how far we are in the bear market. If I go and change this to the daily, so this is now where we are. These are daily candles. So instead of the 4-hour candle, each one of these candles represents one day. So we're here in that little triangle we made. All right, so this is where we're at right here in that triangle that we made. But I want you guys to see where we were. So when you zoom out, look at this. Look at these prices. This is where Bitcoin was. It topped out here. Okay. Let's put even a mark on there. It was around here somewhere. There's a nice alert. So we set an alert if my alarm will go off if we break the all-time high. But that's what I mean. That was a little while ago. That's not where we are. We're down here. So if you're buying assets, you know, even from here to here, anywhere in that range is a good spot. We can buy all these things on the bottom. And I have a list coming out. So on the live, tune in. I am going to give my next bull run watch list. And I definitely want to show you the assets that we're looking at, then that we're kind of going to degen into. And what I mean by degen, I'll get into that too on the next live. That is when you're not just trading daily on swings, you're actually spot trading aggressively on like very high volatile alts, you know, ones that are maybe out of the top 100 or just out of the top 50 because they move so much. And if we get the lows that I think are on the way for Bitcoin and just for the total market cap, then I bet in about a month and a bit, once there's a big dip, it'll be time to buy these other assets. But we'll talk about that more. Narwhal, did you have anything to chat about today on our semi-live that's being recorded?
Our makeshift live. Actually, can you circle back to where you were just looking at Bitcoin?
Sure.
Do you have a sec?
Yeah.
For people watching, I want to actually let people know what the all-time high was.
Okay.
We kind of skim by that.
Yeah. Where did I make my mark? Yeah. It was right around here. It was that 69,000 mark.
USD. Not too shabby.
And you got to think, guys, it smashes the all-time high, each bull run. So, okay, maybe it hit, the 170s, the last one. Then maybe it'll break 100 or 150 the next one. You got to remember, whatever happens with Bitcoin, that's what's going to happen with the other alts. It always happens that way. And we'll explain how the bull run goes, because that cycle actually goes in cycles. Money will flow from Bitcoin and then flow into Ethereum, and then it'll flow into the altcoins, and then it'll go back. And then you have to trade accordingly, so you know when to pull out of a trade, or when to buy more of an asset. And we'll get into that though when the bull run happens. Right now, what we're going to try and teach you is that it's time to accumulate. So till the end of this year and all of next year, until the next bull run, this is the time to accumulate assets. And you got to remember, these assets and crypto is considered property. So if you're blue collar, living paycheck to paycheck, and you're renting and you don't have a home, and you don't even know how you'll ever be able to have a home, to have collateral, to ever get a loan or to get a line of credit to do anything, guess what? That's what your crypto is. You hold, let's say, even $500 of Bitcoin. That's an asset. As long as you're not buying it from an exchange that you're actually only taking shares of Bitcoin that they own, you're actually doing it on an exchange that gives you the asset itself. If you have $500 of a Bitcoin, that's like $500 of property. You can build that up. You can build that up into a bigger house. So basically, a $500 home. Yeah, it's not a huge home, but it's something, and it's yours. Nobody can take it from you. That's the beauty of it. And then if you trade, you make more of that, and then you hold it. And then when the value of what you're holding goes up, maybe it goes 5x, 10x. Well, now maybe your $500 home is $15,000 home. Then maybe in a little bit, that $15,000 home is a $150,000 home. And now you have something, you have property, you have an asset that you can actually hold and put in your pocket. You don't have to pay, maintenance fees on it. You don't have to make sure that the lawn is cut. If, some people, this is the way, and if that's the way for you, then you're on the right channel. Anyway, sorry, a little bit of a rant, but go ahead if there's
No, no,
anything else you want to add.
no, I think you hit it right. And that's the thing people need to understand is because it's not a tangible thing, it's not something people can physically hold in their hand at that time, especially while they're accumulating. It's good to paint that, the end game picture where people can see, my hodling got me to this point. My accumulating got me to this stage. It's a really big thing to be able to foresee like the actual tangibility of it in the end. So I think you explained it really well.
Awesome. And it's true. Like when I thought of it that way, I was, the gym was closed. We weren't open for 18 months. I didn't know what we were going to do. I didn't know what the future held. And then I found this, and then I realized that it is an asset, that I'm able to buy an asset. I don't have to get 20% down on $1 million home in order to get started, to accumulate things in my favor. No, I was able to get into this and find a way. And yeah, I don't have a lot of people that are listening to the channel do have a little bit of savings. That's fine. And you want to just hodl it, as Normal Crypto was saying, and then wait till the asset hits a certain level and then cash out or use it for something. Great. But some people don't have all of that, and we're just buying a little bit, and now they want to learn how to trade to make more. You trade and make more. We're going to get into that in the live too. That when you get that profit, I want you to put 33% of that profit you make in the trade into your hodl portfolio for the future. I want you to take 33% of that and put it in your cash portfolio. So when there's dips and good moments in the market where things go cheap and the fear is heavy, like I said, when people are fearful, that's a time to be greedy. That's when we buy the assets red, you buy them low. Okay. And then the other side is we want it in our spot wallet. Did I say the spot wallet yet?
Nope.
Okay. The other side is the spot wallet. Yeah. So the hodl portfolio, your spot wallet, which is where you can move to different assets that are about to moon. You want to grab, 13% gain on something, then if we see and think that something's gonna go that direction, then maybe you can move that spot wallet money into that asset. If it goes up, take that profit out, and again, split the profit, 33% all the way around. So then you're always saving something, then you're always having something ready to buy, and then you always have something to trade. But we'll explain that. And again, you're gonna accumulate that over time, and then and then your hodl position will just slowly get bigger. And then as the bull run happens, the value of what you have held and accumulated over 2023 will start to rise. And that's the place I want you guys all to be. That's what this channel is. I'm not asking you for money. We just want to show you how to save and make some with crypto, with a way that nobody can just go in and decide that it doesn't belong to you. No, it belongs to you, and they can't take it from you. All right. I just got a message that says you're running out of time. This meeting will end in 10 minutes. That was from Zoom. All right. Well, before I cut out, Narwhal, is there anything you want to add before we end this?
No. I think really looking forward to the live. We got a lot of content ready to give to you guys, and yeah, again, apologies for the problems at headquarters, but there's not much you can do. So we're ready to go, and talk to you guys soon.
All right. Well, from Narwhal Crypto and Crypto G, this is Blue Collar Crypto on a recorded Zoom call in place of the live that you're probably going to still listen to this, hopefully before the live, but if not, make sure you catch it after. It was about trend lines. If you have any questions about the trend lines, because there was a lot of bloopers that you're probably not going to see till a different time when Turco wants to roast us or make fun of us. But if you have any questions on trend lines and how they work, or how we were explaining, when in doubt, zoom out, then hit us up. All right, Blue Collar Crypto. We'll see you soon. Bye.